The only red flag that I have heard, and I want to preface this by saying that this is pure
Hmm.
rumor,
Hmm.
nothing else. But I have heard that Trey parties off the field.
I
But
heard that last year.
my
I heard that
response
last
to that
year.
would be, what 22, now 23-year-old who's rich doesn't party off the field?
Right.
So
Debo
I,
does.
that's my question, is like, could
Right.
that be an issue with the Niners? Do they not want their quarterback doing that if he's in fact doing that, which I don't know that he is?
I got some pictures DM'd to me last offseason of him like at certain parties in Mexico. But again, Debo was having the same experience. The only difference is Debo's an all pro. And if you're
Mm-hmm.
trying to be anointed the quarterback here, and the locker room's already skeptical, and they look at you as not being 100% professional and serious about taking this job, it could work against you unless you ball out like Patrick Mahomes, and he hasn't yet. So you could nitpick whatever with him, but I just feel like now you're not seeing that. Like I'm not getting any DMs of him partying, and he was in Hawaii. Seemed like he had a pretty low key time out there. It's a pretty family friendly place to be, Hawaii. And then he came back, and now you see him working with this coach and that player, and I just feel like maybe he was young. He's from North Dakota or South Dakota. He came out Minnesota. He was in California. Probably pretty exciting, and probably had his DMs flooded with women. It's probably pretty tough. And I think he realizes, look, like they're gonna throw me off this team. They're gonna push me out of this league. Like I need to. It's serious now, and I
For the
think he
record,
probably has a different mindset.
I see the people in the chat, and David Hasselhoff is one of them. Now we're saying Trey parties from what you heard. Talk about nitpicking. Again, I literally just said everybody goes and parties and has a good time. I'm not criticizing him for that. The question I
Yeah, I'm
asked
not
was,
criticizing for it.
would the 49ers have a problem with that? I don't think he's done anything wrong. In fact, if you go back and
Well,
look, Trey himself said when he was hurt, I got back in the locker room with the team. I asked Kyle to give me something to do to help Brock Purdy, and Kyle did. He gave him, I forget, it was like third downs or something. He was having him scout. And Brock himself said the number one person that helped him was Trey Lance. It was the first guy he named. So I'm not criticizing Trey Lance. I'm not saying Trey is not being professional and doing all that stuff. I think that he is, but that's just something I heard. So I just wanted to ask if maybe the 49ers felt that way.
Well, think about it. Like this is
you
their
out.
big project, and they've failed so far. They thought that they could take Trey Lance and that they could sort of fix his mechanics and make him a top level starting quarterback. So when they do the autopsy of why this has failed, you know how the Niners are. They don't look inward. What did we do wrong? That's not how they think. So you start at the result. It didn't work, or it hasn't worked yet, and you work backward, and they always blame the player. So what did he do wrong? Well, he partied, or he made it rain, or he did this, he did that. I mean, you can find whatever you want, right?
If you're looking for something,
if the result is it didn't work, and your assumption is it's Trey Lance's fault, then you can just pick anything he did that day. He ate a turkey sandwich. We told him to eat a ham sandwich. Are you kidding me? We specifically told him to eat ham, and he ate turkey. What? So you could do whatever you want. Until he plays well, he'll get nitpicked to death.
that's fair. Stovey 4x4ing says, problem is San Francisco doesn't develop quarterbacks. They want a finished product.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Yep.
Whether
And that's the thing. Like if you build the team before you insert the quarterback, that it makes sense. Like, oh, let's not get a quarterback and then put him in a position to fail and where he just gets sacked a bunch and sucks. Yeah, but if you do it the opposite way and you get a young quarterback and he's not great right away, you could just throw Peyton Manning away, Troy Aikman away. Like all these really great quarterbacks who needed a little bit of time. Josh Allen, that's not the guy for you. And then now you're falling back on low ceiling backups. You're looking for your Rich Gannon. Is that really what you want?
Right. You have to be able to put up with something. It's either not having a good team around the quarterback and going through the struggles, or going through the struggles with an inexperienced quarterback and a really good team. It's one or the other. Niners don't seem willing to do that.